fait parce que...
Hi everyone, hi again for the people who were with us for the previous game. Tonight, well, at least now, we're going to show you Rage 2 on PC. As usual, Driftwood is going to do the playing, most of the talking. Hi again, Drift.
Hi, Blim again, and hi everyone who are with us, and hi everyone who are watching this as VOD later. Oh, I don't know if it's like that for you, but the sound is
oh yeah,
is very odd. Apparently frame rate is okay now, but sound.
Can you let me know on the people on the chat if the sound is okay for you, if it's just on our end or if it's not good for you guys too? Not okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's called the gamer side effect. I guess we try to, because it's really bad.
Yeah, I know.
We need to, so.
Yeah, that's actually very hard for me too.
Yeah, but we need to do something.
So what?
Maybe,
so is it the game? Is it me? Is it?
It can be anything but the game, but
because you know in the
sound settings, I don't know.
In the menu, it's maybe that's because it was set on surround. Do you think that could be it?
No, shouldn't do anything.
No.
No, try relaunching, I guess. Sorry about that.
Great.
Yeah.
So I've played 11 hours of Rage 2, which doesn't say much, but you know, like 30% of the achievements I've unlocked. Can't say.
People can see.
Oh yeah, right. Well, I'm telling them so they can know.
All right, so let's see.
Could it have been any worse? I mean, as for a return, that's. Oh my god! It's just Gamerside offlines. I mean, they.
How is it on the menu? Can you please? Is it choppy here?
Doesn't.
I can tell. So please.
Doesn't sound choppy, but. No,
it's okay.
That's not okay. So maybe just the game is just broken. Oh, white. Oh, no, okay. Oh, that's very strange, and I need to. I'm sorry to do that. I know some people don't do it, and. Oops, sorry. Okay. So we're back.
Well, I guess that's PC gaming for you.
Well, that's PC gaming and Gamerside at the same time, so that's two reasons you have
the worst things you could do. Anyway, so Rage 2.
Rage 2. So I haven't been able to play a lot. Well, 11 hours, you might say, is way enough to know and to say how I feel about the game. It's not a game I've been waiting for. Especially, I didn't really enjoy the first game. I stopped playing pretty fast, so maybe I was wrong. There were things I liked about the gunplay and the wind stick, the wing sticks. Those things were nice, but for some reason it didn't do it for me. So I was not especially waiting for the release of Rage 2. And like I said, I haven't been disappointed. It's more or less what I was expecting. I had played a short demo of the game at Gamescom maybe last summer or even 2 years ago. Can't remember exactly. And this is what I'm getting. So I think the gunplay is good. The mechanics and everything. The car is pretty fun as long as you don't drive it like a real car. So the reason why the race video looks awful is because I was trying at the time to like counter steer and do things that I would normally do in another car racing game, and the physics is very odd in this game. But when you play like an arcade racer that has no real physics system when it comes to the cars, that can actually be pretty fun. Although when the roads are wide like this, it's not very fast. There are different types of cars, but
Yeah, the speed sensation is something that's amazing.
And there's no,
Actually-
you know, first-person view or cockpit view to
Well, if you can shoot while driving, makes sense.
Well, yeah, sure. So, well, and the attacks on the convoys are, you know, I've just done it once, but it was pretty fun. I don't know if it gets old at some point, but it was fun to do it. And so other than that, so it's an open world. So you get a map with different sections. There's more variety in terms of the landscapes, but it's not a huge map in a way, although it takes time to, well, actually go from the north to the south because it's not that fast. And you have different activities proposed. So you have bandit camps. How original, isn't it? You have ruins. You have races, optional races.
So
you have,
how big is the map?
well, this big. And this
Okay,
is not
so
the map.
Compared to Avalanche previous titles, it's very small.
I would say it's small, yeah.
While compared to the Mad Max?
I actually like Mad Max, but I didn't get to play it until the end, so I don't remember. I don't think I've seen all the
Right.
regions in the game, so I wouldn't be able to compare. But yeah, that's actually a game that feels like a mix of, you know, there's a bit of Mad Max, there's obviously a bit of Rage 2, but also of Rage 1. I mean, 2 TOO. Also Borderlands somehow, even Doom and Wolfenstein. When it comes to the gameplay, but also to the sort of I don't know, like what type of movie would that be? Like, is it Z movie? Or, you know, it's, you know, characters are bigger than life, but they're caricatures and they're not too surprising. It's overall the impression I've gotten so far is that there's no real surprise. It's very, you know, like you can expect the sort of jokes they're going to make, and the highlights of the game really is what I'm not showing you right now. So, which is the gunplay mechanics. So I'm going to try and attack this. Just not. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to kill you guys. So when you attack, you have a few options for the. Well, I'm going to keep this, and you can.
Okay, so this on auto aim?
Yeah, there's auto aim, which is convenient and sometimes a bit annoying, to be honest.
Walker, I'm too hot. Danger.
Some are
Enemy
actually have
fire
protections.
detected. Try alternative weapon.
And you can also ram, just like in Mad Max. Oops. And this happens to me a lot. So where are they over there?
So what's the point of attacking the convoy? Will you get resources?
Well, you
and
get
stuff like
many rewards depending on what you do. So many of them that I've lost track of exactly what it's supposed to do. So give me just well, I don't know if I'll be able
Weak
to.
spot exposed.
Oops.
Energy shields detected. Try alternative weapon.
Probably be more fun if you could go faster, but well,
that? Yeah,
maybe
it's really slow.
maybe there are you know faster vehicles. That's the main one though, and I haven't seen. There's anything you can upgrade, which, you know, again is also what keeps you playing. It's, to me, it's not the story. It's the gameplay and you know, wanting to actually upgrade your character. There's so many things you can upgrade. Weapons. Oops. No, I'm not going to stay here.
50% integrity. Weak spot exposed.
Hopefully there's some better stuff than that, because I'm really liking what I'm seeing right now.
Well, it's, you know, incredible, but it's you know, it's fun. It's just that, like I said, you know, once you've done it, I would say 10 times, it probably gets old.
Take the shot.
There are also different weapons
What I
that you can.
really don't like is, well, the lack of physics at all. It doesn't make sense. With the way
Weak spot
it's moving,
exposed.
it's really odd.
They're wide open.
shoot.
Take the
So
shot. I
when
wish
this
I could
happens,
stay
you
with
can.
you, but this girl
Well, obviously,
makes
it actually isn't good for
Check in
the
at clinic.
pace,
Wait
but
for
you
me.
can actually fix your car using your focus.
I'm back, Walker.
And then you're
Feeling
back,
good.
and then you need to find the convoy.
And how's the story like?
Like I
Yeah,
said,
just
it's
a-
you know, it's you know, oh, I'm the bad guy, and oh well,
Right, so-
let's go and see the mad scientist so he can help. Oh yeah, you're going to go and kill you know an entire base of enemies, and then you'll bring me back something, and then I'll ask you to do the same in another base, and so you know, it's you know, I wouldn't want to watch the movie. So you know. So I would say that, you know, I don't remember if Mad Max Story was any better, to be honest. But I don't know. The game world was more appealing to me.
Yeah, so and this is done by the Mad Max Studio, so the main Vantage team, right?
Apparently,
It's,
yeah. You know, that's also been sort of a reason why they. Oops, big freeze. They've explained that you know the previous Just Cause games were not maybe as good as the second one because the main team was busy doing something else. So yeah, wow. And I don't even know if they took care of the they didn't take care of the shooting part. I think the you know like the first person.
I think it helped with
Yeah.
the film with the shooting. It still did the actual game itself, but
50% integrity.
I think there are some 8 people just at the studio for a few weeks, a few months to get the gameplay right.
10% integrity.
And again, my car is-
the best part
Manual
of
repairs needed.
any Vantage game, the gameplay, for sure.
And the driving either, to be fair.
Yeah, it was all about the mayhem and just being silly,
Systems fully restored.
which is
Only Mad Max actually had good driving mechanics somehow. I mean, you know, the driving was fine. So, you know, it's not like I'm surprised that the driving is. I've probably lost the convoy. Did they?
at least
make a
Dawn is
lap.
pretty.
Yeah, I mean, the game is not amazing technically, but it's you know, it's a very nice
Did you
game.
try
visually.
HDR?
It doesn't work as you're on PC, as far as I know.
Oh yeah, it's PC. Yes.
Well, it could, and more and more games do it well on PC, and sadly, neither Rage 2 nor
Warning.
A Plague Tale Innocence, and A Plague Tale Innocence on Xbox One X works with HDR, so it's a bit of a shame that we don't get to have it on PC, maybe later. I don't know about Rage. I don't know. We haven't had the console versions. I don't know if the console versions are compatible with HDR. So when are you going to? I mean, it's something I'm not getting, but thing is, you have to wait until you know some things just pop out.
Sorry, sport.
Here.
I'm fresh out of bullets.
Oh, no bullets left.
Ammunition
Yeah, that's great.
depleted.
How do you?
Sorry, sport. I'm
So basically, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm fucked. Yeah.
ammunition depleted.
Okay, so I don't have ammunition anymore.
50% integrity. Weak spot exposed.
So never mind.
Moving on.
Yeah, I'll try to show you some like gameplay. So there's a no, that's
So
exploration
is there
location.
fast travel in the game?
There is. It's actually pretty fast on PC at least with an
Watch it,
SSD.
Walker.
So that's the GPS. Oops. I'm sorry I missed it, but my TV screen went dark. That's another problem. Okay, so there are people here. Well, I could have tried to eject
Good
myself
luck
a little
out
bit.
there. Destination reached.
Yeah, it really feels more like Borderlands than Rage. With the orbs flying around and everything. Or an Avalanche game, I guess, but yeah, I don't remember Rage having this type of things.
Oh,
Maybe.
it was not, you know, it's more fast FPS than it ever was before, from what I remember. So it's more like Doom and say Wolfenstein, like I said before, than it is. Oops. Sorry, black screen again. Okay, so someone's lost a boot or a leg, I'm not sure. It's probably a
I would
boot.
say a leg.
No, I would say a boot. It's no blood. So it's just, you know, there's some of them have armor, so. So I know you don't like to see the menu, but you have well, the menu is actually very choppy also, at least on my rig. So you have abilities that you find. Some of them I don't have. And that you can, you know, you can see on the right that you have different levels using Feltrite that you find, you collect in the world to upgrade the levels. But you also have perks for each of them using not Feltrite, but Nanotrite Booster that you either collect or win doing things. But you can also upgrade your weapons. So same thing, you have different levels. But in each level, so here, I'm not going to show you, but in each level you have things you can choose, right? Then you have projects. Projects, you have 4 different projects related to one specific characters. So you have the basic one in the beginning, so, you know, unlock the vehicles, so that's the very beginning of the game. Overdrive multiplier, overdrive magazine refill, vehicle extensions, things like that. But then you have kill and destroy, so many sort of ways to, you know, like improve your skills, sprint faster, for example, also have more ammunition. Then you have the capture and control, which is more about the crafting elements or the wing sticks. Then you have the search and recover, which in this case is more about the scientific aspect of the game. So the Feltrite rocks, here impact absorption, things like that. And then you have the vehicles, different vehicles you can find. I can call in this one to show you, by the way. But the main one you can upgrade is your own, and you have this time car parts you need to find. And the more interesting the upgrade, the more car parts you need. So, you know, a lot of things to unlock, which makes you keep playing. And the gunplay, like I said, it's pretty fun when you and it's even more fun because you get new abilities, and you can use you know, to actually, it's not really different approaches. Basically, it's just you arriving guns blazing and killing everyone. But it's you know, I guess skilled players will be able to actually show off a little bit, which I can't. And that aspect is nice. So let me call this one.
Just give me a second, I have to close my window.
Yeah, do close your window. You don't want people to break in, although they'd have to be quite crazy to climb up the, I don't know, like 10 stories is it on? It's more than that, I can't remember. Oh, there's a sunrise. So this vehicle that I've just unlocked is more about exploration, but it's, you know, it's still nice.
Right, sorry about that.
Look at the sun, it's very nice.
Oh, yeah, on chat asking what you think about the AI in the game.
Well, there's nothing extraordinary about it. There was a moment, and that's actually, it felt very, very strange. I was in a ventilation shaft, and I started shooting there were like, I don't know, 5 or 6 guys in the room, and started shooting through. I could not even go into the room. Okay, so there was the sort of protection, but you could actually shoot them from there. And it's like no one reacted to me shooting guns, but it was a small room, so I could actually kill them one by one and they only reacted when I was shooting them, which felt very strange. But it's not a game that will allow you to have that sort of approach. So you arrive, you just kill people. Not going to check. Well, that's level 4, so that should be more or less fine. So yeah, AI, they do what you expect them to do. Oh, I'm too fast. Oh no, that's a different guy, because he can be invisible, and he can dodge with a sword. I think, yeah, like he wants to play a Sekiro on me. So when they have armor, it's way longer.
So you can hover in the air?
Yeah, but that's a skill I also upgraded. So
Okay.
I can do that. Like I aim and I have a few seconds in the air. Like it's not time slowing down, because the enemies, they keep moving at their normal speed. There's also a dodge. Well, that's not a. Oh no, sorry. Not very good skills, I'm afraid, but so you can use the focus also to see where the guys are. So see like this,
Okay, yeah.
which is convenient. They don't stay visible, so.
So could you try to explain what the focus is?
Oh, it's you're a ranger, and you have that sort of incredible armor suit that you can use, and that can do many things. So I think
Okay, so it's your armor doing
Yeah,
the thing?
yeah, yeah.
You're
it's not
just,
it's not the character, it's the
Okay.
armor doing the work. And the thing is, I am not going to lie, I sort of rushed a little bit. I didn't skip the cutscenes or anything, but there are also notepads or things you can find in the world. Never thought anything was interesting to listen or to read.
Okay.
Reading is very short, so like a few lines, so 3, 4, 5 lines, and it was never really interesting to me. So the lore aspect didn't seem to be, a good reason to dive into the world more, to make the effort. So and that's fine, in a way. So basically what I did is I simply tried to do as many things as I could, main missions. Something I can say about the main mission is when you have a boss, it's bad. It's so far has always been the same, like you get a huge creature and the way to kill them is the same, and it's not fun. It's fun when you have goons like that, but when you play against a boss, you aim at a certain spot, and then the boss needs time to catch up, so you have to aim something else, and then it's about dodging and jumping, and it's in an enclosed environment, sort of a room, and it's really not fun for me. And I don't know if the bosses are going to be more interesting or more different, but something you can also do with the focus is when you upgrade it, you can use the focus to explode elements, and that takes a little bit of time, but you can upgrade that so that it does it faster also, like almost immediately, which is also very nice. But I think that it'll be easier for people playing on PC with a mouse and keyboard than for people on console, or people like me playing on PC with a gamepad. For different reasons. I'm the worst, obviously, but also something that I wanted to experience, to tell people, most people who are going to play the game, I would say, at least maybe on the gamer side, have a console, so it made sense to also do it. Although that's just an excuse, because I don't want.
Yeah, that's what we're going to say. There's no way you are going to play with a keyboard.
Well,
and mouse,
mouse is okay, I would say, but keyboard is just horrible. It's and just the idea that I need to push a button to, not in this game, because you still need to push the analog stick to. What am I supposed to do here, by the way? Activate the defend
what
the
you're supposed to do is maybe stop.
Yeah, it's
we are already 5 minutes late.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, basically, for me, Rage 2 is. I don't think that's a game people will remember, and I might be wrong. But it's fun to play. I hear it's very short, which is a bit surprising for an open world game. So I've seen like the two reviews. I haven't read the reviews, but the two reviews I saw in France, like one is incredible games, and the other one is barely average. So 5 out of 10 on one, and 17 out of 20 on the other one. It's just doesn't really make sense. But for me, I can't say it's a game. I'm really looking forward to keep playing. Not just because I didn't like the first one, but because to me it's mainly a game that, well, unless you want to just kill people and go crazy, and that's actually something that will allow you to relax somehow, I guess, at the end of the day. It's not a bad game, but it's not a game that is going to make you want to play it for its story, or even for its world, because I haven't found the game world to be very interesting, and the characters to be very funny, or I don't know. But
That's a lot of negative.
I know, but the thing is, the core gameplay is good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that makes it up for the rest, but it's like a good shooter, a very good shooter, but in let's say a more average open world game, and I can't say for which one I would go this week. Out of the two releases this week that we're covering.
We'll know in a few hours, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not going to be Rage 2.
I guess we can say that. Anyway,
say
so
that,
next live, I don't know, when's the next big game?
Is there a next big game? There's a smaller game from, I think, Devolver or something like that, which is called Observation, which is a game where you play an AI in a space station, I think. There might be a Layer of Fear 2. It's not a big game, where we actually showed the first one at the time, and it was pretty fun. So, if you want to see me scared, I could even be like sort of a discovery of the game with you. It's not going to be as scary as an Outlast, but who's shooting at me? It's like your leg. Oh, there you go. That's a leg. That's not a boot.
Okay, so maybe we'll stop here.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to concentrate on finishing the mission.
All right, so next live when we can, when we have something to show you guys.
We try to be back more regularly. I promise.
Really.
Oh, when I'm dead, and when you die, you
That's
can
a
actually
nice
you can use defibrillation.
We can stop on a fail.
No, good. Let's not.
Let's do it.
I'm back.
Okay. See you guys next time. Bye bye.
Yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye.